Hello everyone. So it is Wednesday, and if you watch my videos, then you know what that means. It is Wreck This Journal Wednesday. This past week I was kind of having a rough time and I had a lot of ups and downs, and I was just struggling a little bit, so I didn't get as much done as what I have been getting done. The pages I don't really care too much for that I did this week, but I'm going to show them anyways because I'll probably just end up adding to it. There were two pages out of here that were part of the pages that you have to tear out of the book, and I'm going to try to find a way of keeping these pages connected to this book, like somehow sewing a pocket into the book or an envelope or something, just so I can keep all these pages that I have to tear out of here in the book, and so they can still be a part of it. I really wanted to try these, and since I had the opportunity to the past week, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and do these. So first one that I did, this is the figure out a way to freeze this page, and I actually recorded me attempting to freeze this page. At first I tried freezing it outside because it was below temperatures, and I thought that maybe would freeze it up, like if I put it in a Ziploc baggie with some water. Um, because usually my cat's water freezes up overnight. I thought that was going to work, and I left it out there for maybe 2 days, and nothing happened. It got ice cubes in it, but it didn't freeze the entire page up. So then I ended up putting it in my freezer, and it froze. It froze over the entire page. You can tell that this page has been frozen, that it's had it's been through war, it's been through hell. I decorated this while I was Skyping with Tiffany, and she kind of gave me some ideas for it, so she helped me out. So on the front, I attempted to draw um, a really crappy version of Olaf from Frozen, and I put "I like warm hugs" beside it because he's Olaf, and Olaf likes warm hugs. And then these up here are some mad looking ice cubes, like pissed off looking ice cubes. And then this is like a cool smiley face version of me. It's got my hair. And on the box I drew some icicles, which were blue whenever I first decorated this page, but once I put it in water, all the blue ran off the page. And I put on here, you can't really see it, but I put, "We're so cool that ice cubes are jealous," because I thought that was cute. I would draw little mean looking ice cubes and then put that quote, and then, sunglasses cool. So yeah, this is the front. And then I also decorated the back, and this was the one that Tiffany kind of helped me with. These are my happy little smiley face ice cubes, and I put "Ice Ice Baby" for each one because that's what Tiffany told me to do, and I really like that idea. And then at the bottom of that, I drew 3 ice cream cones. I'm actually really proud of how my ice cream cones turned out. And then I just drew some snow around the corners and the edges of the page. So this is the back. I left it in my bathtub overnight to let it melt, and I woke up the next day and it still had an ice cube wrapped around the page. So I ended up tearing the page a little bit, not meaning to, but I kind of like how it looks war and just ripped, and you can tell it's been through some kind of war at some point. There's an edge tore off. I had to tape it back together. But yeah, it actually worked. So I'm gonna find a way of including this into this book, even though I had to tear it out. This one I'm extremely, extremely proud of. I think that a lot of horror movies and stuff are going to be included into my Wreck This Journal because I am a horror movie freak. This was the page, "Hide this page in your neighbor's yard." I'm lucky because my neighbors are actually my grandparents. So I found out that they were going to their cabin, and I was like, this is my perfect opportunity to tear this page out of my book and hide it somewhere in their yard and go get it before they come back home. So I ended up doing that, and I ended up drawing or tracing Michael Myers on this page. I don't know why, but it just kind of reminded me of Michael Myers from. I drew a tree kind of like off of a picture that I saw from the Halloween movie, of him just like standing and stalking and staring at her from a distance. And this is what my page looks like, and I'm really proud of this page. I love it. But yeah, I did not draw this, I traced it, but it is supposed to be Michael Myers. Not much happened to this page other than the fact that I folded it up and hid it underneath a little like yard angel thing that she had in her yard, my grandmother. And I think from the bottom of the angel it got some sort of nasty stain on the back of it. So that's what this is, and it was a little damp whenever I picked it up. So I think it might be from like the dew that gets on the ground every morning. But other than that, not much has really happened to the page. I was kind of disappointed with. That's what the back looks like from the nasty whatever that is. So yeah. But I really like this one. Use this as a test page for pens, paints, markers, or art supplies. And I did just that, but I don't really have very many art supplies other than the markers and the crayons and pens and pencils that I usually use for this thing. And I don't want to make every page look similar to one another. Like, I want to make them all different. And I feel like if I would have used every little art supplies, like my markers and my crayons and stuff, like I did on several pages in this book so far, that it was just going to end up looking like every other page. So I ended up taking some of my eyeshadows that I haven't really used yet and tested them, sampled them onto this page, and just to give it some extra effect, I ended up also putting some paint samples on there, and I might add on to this page. I'm not exactly sure yet, like if I end up getting more art supplies later on, or if I get like a new thing of makeup or something and I want to like test it out, like I might add on to this a little more. But as of right now, I mean, it's kind of plain. I don't really care too much for it, but it's alright. Like I said, I was kind of in a bad place this past week, so I didn't really get much in this journal done. But I sampled all my markers and put like smiley faces over them. And then I wrote my name. This was a mess up. I tried to draw Mickey Mouse, but it looked really bad, so I ended up scribbling it out. And then I just like scribbled each pen that I had to see if it worked. And this is all my like eyeshadow makeup samples on this side and paints. I made like grass at the bottom and a sunshine. I don't know why I did that, but I just felt the need to. But yeah, it looks a hot mess, but it's alright. That's what this book is for. And then I saw on Google how someone had just like put like stars around the entire page, and I kind of thought that that was cool, and I don't want to leave any area of my pages blank, so I ended up doing that same thing. I'm not trying to copy anybody, I just like the idea, so it wouldn't be left so plain. Create a non-stop line. And then it has like a little start bubble, and then it has like no finish bubble at the end, so it's just like you're just making a line that basically has no end. I really had no idea what I was going to do with this page, and to be honest, I think you can kind of tell that I was completely clueless on what to do. I just kind of stuck to this color theme of pink and purple, and just scribbled pretty much like this little like maze, and then like basically had no end to it at all. But I honestly don't really like the way it turned out. I feel like it's too boring compared to the rest of the pages. But I mean, it's cute. It's alright, but this is what it looks like. And it's just like a non-stop, never-ending purple and pink maze. But I don't know, I think it's kind of cute. This page was a page for 4-letter words. And I literally covered both of these pages in 4-letter words. Every 4-letter word that I could think of, I Googled, I asked my mom, I asked a few of my friends, like just every 4-letter word that I think exists, not every single one of them, but majority of them, I included into these pages. I messed up a few times on this, to be honest. Like, I wasn't really thinking, and when I would write a word, I would write it in a marker. Then I would realize, like, right after I wrote it on here, that it was a 5-letter word instead of a 4-letter word, so I would have to somehow fix it and go over top of it with a 4-letter word. But this is what it looks like. And as you can see, I drew like little illustrations for each thing. Like, this is hell, so I drew like a little devil, a frog. I tried drawing a frog. Where's the cake? Okay, cake. I drew a cupcake. A duck. I tried drawing a duck. A fish. This kind of looks like something wrong, but green. Let's see. This is the barn. I work at the Haunted Barn, and the symbol for that is mostly like pumpkins and stuff, so I drew a pumpkin. I even put gross things on here because I'm pretty gross, so I did poop, and I drew a pile of poop, and fart. So yeah, I'm really gross. Bows, and I drew a bow. I just did it like all in different colors and tried to think of every 4-letter word that I possibly could and tried to add some uniqueness to it, and this took me a little over 2 days. Now, I'm really proud of this page and the outside of my journal. I love the way that it looks. This was the close the journal, write/scribble something on the edges. And I was really excited about this part because I saw on Pinterest where this girl had took different colors, like different rainbow colors, and did that on the outside of her edges of her Wreck This journal. And I wanted to do that, but I didn't want to like copy her. So I wasn't trying to copy her. I just really liked the idea of it, and I wanted to include that in mine because I like rainbow, I like different colors, I like bright things. So I ended up doing that, and so the whole outside of my Wreck This journal is rainbowed, rainbow-fied. And on this side, I put these song lyrics, and it says, "Love is on its way." And this, if you do not know, is a song by the Jonas Brothers. When I was like 14, I was being bullied a lot, and I saw their movie in theaters, and it was whenever they the first time I ever heard this song, and that song got me through a lot of hard times, so it's like one of my favorites by them, and it was really the only thing I could really think of, so I ended up incorporating that into this book. And I love the outside. I love the way it looks. I love how wrecked this thing is getting and how it's looking. I love on that page that told me to scribble on the outside of the edges, I ended up just doing the rainbow thing like all over the book page, and then I put "Love is on its way" in white crayon on the book. So this is what this page looks like. I love the way it looks because it kind of just goes into the rainbow that's on the edges. So I don't know, I like the way it looks. I think it's really cute. And then on this side, I just wrote my favorite lyrics from that song. On this page, I put "Dreamers, you see everything in color, while the world is getting darker, love is on its way. So hold on another day, 'cause love is on its way. You'll find it's gonna be okay." So I just added this cute little font to it and did the rest of it in gray, and ended up just doing this in color because color has to have some color. And did "love" and "okay" in pink because those are also very important words that need to have some color to them. But I just thought that it would be cool to do the rest of it in black, like black and white theme, sort of, and then just do like the important words and things of that nature in different colors. I'm really proud of this page and how it turned out. I love the way it looks, and I love this song still. And it still gets me through some pretty hard times. So, this page was the slide the journal, this page face down a long hallway. I happen to have a long hallway. I've lived in the same house all my life, and I have like this extremely long hallway that's like have some sort of like imprint, like proof that I slid it down a long hallway. So I slid it down my hallway like 3 or 4 times. Still, it doesn't really have that much like proof, but I did. So I ended up coloring the arrow purple, and then colored the black part all with some white crayon. And I don't know why, but it reminded me of one of my favorite childhood books that I used to read as a kid, and that was Harold and the Purple Crayon. So I was like, oh, that would be really cool if I like drew him and just kind of put him in this book and on this page and just made it like a part of my journal. So I ended up doing that, but I didn't draw it myself. I traced it. I even traced the letters. But I don't know, it's cute. I like it. But I just drew some stars to cover up empty spaces, and then there's Harold and his purple crayon, and then he drew the moon, and then there's just like purple crayon markings all over this, and then that's the title font of the book right there. But this is the way it looks, and I like it. I don't know, it's cute. I was gonna somehow incorporate a purple crayon in here, like I was gonna tape a purple crayon down in here, but it wouldn't let the book close all the way if I did. And there's a little bit of like proof that I slid it down my hallway, but you can't really see it because I taped over top of it. But there was like this part of the page where the hallway, where it slid in my hallway, where it kind of like crinkled the page up like this and just kind of made like this like crease in the page. You can't really see it much now, but yeah, I did slide this book and this page down my hallway like 3 or 4 times. I did the best that I could, and hopefully this week is a little bit better. So that was everything. And also I want to show you guys something, like the duct tape that I taped on the back of this is starting to get wore. Like, you know how duct tape will get like stringy and like, yeah, after a while? Well, my book's starting to do that with the duct tape, and it's got like this big long string that's hanging off the bottom of it because of the duct tape. And like up here too. And kind of like the effect that it gives on my Wreck This journal, like it makes it look more wore and more wrecked. Yeah. I'll see you next time.